Ben Affleck just said what we were never supposed to hear, and trust me, once you know what he revealed about Jennifer Lopez, you'll never look at that picture-perfect Hollywood marriage the same again. For years, they sold us a fantasy, Jennifer 2.0, the fairy tale comeback, the love story Hollywood promised us we'd believe in. But behind those matching red carpet smiles and romantic yacht photos, there was something darker, colder, and far too real. Because, according to insiders, and one particularly bold voice that's finally breaking the silence, Ben didn't just walk away from JL, oh, he escaped her. Yeah, you heard that right. The same Jennifer Lopez who branded herself as the queen of true love might have been living a lie all along. From the staged PDA moments to those mysteriously leaked paparazzi shots, it's starting to look like their entire marriage was a PR performance that went very off-script. So, what happened behind those mansion walls? Why did Ben suddenly vanish from her side, looking like a man begging to be rescued from his own wedding ring? Stay tuned, because what Ben Affleck just exposed might finally explain why. She wasn't hurt. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, the Hollywood dream that made tabloids drool, and fans hashtag Jennifer forever. They were the couple that redefined love's second chance, but what if that chance was never about love at all? What if it was about image, optics, and control? Because when Ben and Jen reconnected in 2021, it wasn't some random stroke of fate. It was a Hollywood power move. The industry had changed. Jennifer Lopez was no longer just a pop star. She was a brand. Her name was printed on fragrances, fitness deals, skincare lines, and every headline that screamed love triumphs again, and who better to sell that fantasy than her old flame? The brooding Oscar-winning heartthrob who once left her before the altar. The public ate it up. The paparazzi played along. And Ben looked like he was reading lines from someone else's script. People close to the couple started whispering early on that something felt off. He looked miserable even at the engagement party, said one so-called friend who attended their private ceremony. It was like he was there in body, but his soul was filing for divorce. The laughter, the smiles, it all looked forced, choreographed, marketed, and let's not forget, Ben Affleck was fresh out of rehab, battling his demons in public when Jennifer swooped back into his life. According to one insider, J.Lo wanted a redemption arc, not just for herself, but for her brand. She knew if she could fix Ben, she could fix her public image too. But here's the twist. You can't turn someone's trauma into a marketing campaign and expect a happy ending behind the scenes. The arguments started almost immediately. Ben was a writer, a director, a thinker, someone who valued authenticity. Jennifer, she valued perfection. She would rehearse their dinner conversations before interviews, another source claimed. She wanted every word, every gesture to look like they were the happiest couple alive. And Ben? He just wanted to breathe. Remember those viral clips where Ben looked like he wanted to melt into the floor while Jennifer talked over him at award shows? That wasn't exhaustion, that was exposure. The real Ben Affleck was screaming through those tired eyes. He wasn't angry, he was done. And then came the infamous Dunkin' Donuts meme saga. It sounds harmless. Ben caught looking miserable while holding coffee. But what the internet didn't know was that this became a metaphor inside their relationship. She hated that picture, said one insider. She said it made them look ordinary, like a couple who actually fights, gets tired, gets human. Jennifer reportedly demanded her PR team flood the internet with beautiful shots to replace the meme. But Ben refused to play along. That's who I am, he told a close friend. If she can't love me with a Dunkin' cup in my hand, she doesn't love me at all. It was a line that would later become a meme of its own. If she can't love you tired, she doesn't love you real. Fans started catching on. Was J.Lo chasing perfection? Or was she trying to rewrite her reputation at Ben's expense? Even their wedding wasn't what it seemed. Sources now claim Ben looked like a hostage in designer tux. He didn't want that big ceremony, the insider continued. He wanted something private, quiet, but Jennifer wanted cameras, drones, exclusive deals with magazines. It was never about the vows. It was about the views. And when the honeymoon ended, so did the illusion. Ben started retreating. Less red carpets. More garage time. He was spotted at random gas stations, looking lost. Not like a man cheating, but like a man escaping. In one leaked clip from a private dinner in Beverly Hills, Ben can be heard saying under his breath, "I can't do this anymore." Jennifer reportedly looked furious, whispering back, "You're ruining everything." Imagine that. Ruining everything, as if the marriage was a production, not a partnership. By mid-2024, the rumors hit boiling point. Anonymous insiders leaked that Ben had moved into a rental property near Pacific Palisades. Jennifer's team denied it, calling it temporary, but when asked to comment, Ben's publicist stayed silent, a silence louder than any denial. And then, quietly, subtly, the wedding ring disappeared. Not in a statement, not in a press release, just gone. Fans zoomed in on paparazzi photos like forensic detectives. The man who once wore his heart on his sleeve was now hiding his hand in his pocket, but the final straw wasn't a fight, or infidelity, or even betrayal, it was realization. A realization that the woman standing beside him was no longer the one he fell for 20 years ago. She wasn't her, Ben reportedly told a close friend. She became the character she was trying to play, and that's when things went from romantic to radioactive, because as Ben started pulling away, Jennifer started planning her next move and her next headline when Ben started distancing himself. Jennifer Lopez didn't cry, she calculated. According to one insider, Jennifer's first instinct wasn't heartbreak. It was strategy. Her team immediately began crafting the Ben's relapse narrative, that old Hollywood favorite that paints him as the tragic, tortured man who couldn't handle the pressure of a strong woman. You see, Jennifer has always known how to weaponize perception. When things start crumbling, she doesn't rebuild, she rebrands. Within days of Ben's quiet move out, paparazzi somehow coincidentally caught her at the studio wearing her wedding ring, looking heartbroken, clutching a notebook titled Love Always. That image alone generated millions in sympathy and streams for her upcoming This Is Me. Now deluxe edition. Convenient timing? Or pure manipulation? But Ben wasn't having it this time. According to a source allegedly close to him, he felt used. He said, "I'm not her storyline anymore." He stopped showing up for her events, skipped joint interviews, and ignored brand obligations. The couple's PR machine started to fracture. Rumors of explosive arguments leaked. An anonymous producer who worked with them on a joint commercial revealed they fought over everything: lighting, camera angles, who stood where. Jennifer wanted center frame. Ben didn't care. But that's what drove her mad. He didn't care anymore. He didn't care anymore. Insiders say Ben's withdrawal hit Jennifer like a public humiliation. Her entire empire ran on the illusion of having it all: love, career, control, all tied to her image as unbreakable. But when Ben stopped participating in the illusion, the empire started showing cracks. The tabloids began turning. One entertainment columnist even wrote, "Maybe JLo's brand of love is more performance than passion." That line went viral. And according to PR insiders, Jennifer's team scrambled to trace the source and suppress the piece. Too late. The internet had found its new obsession: free Ben Affleck. That's when the leaks began. Conveniently timed sources began whispering about Ben's temper, his old habits, and even alleged counseling sessions. But fans weren't buying it. "We've seen this movie before," one commenter wrote. "Every time JLo's image dips, she blames the man." Then came what fans now call the silent tape. In a supposed audio clip leaked to a gossip blog, Ben's voice can be heard saying, "You don't love people. Jen, you love applause. Whether the recording was real or doctored doesn't matter." It went viral in hours. Memes flooded TikTok. Fans edited clips of JLo's performances with Ben's alleged voiceover playing in the background. It was brutal, and it hit her where it hurt most: her control. But Jennifer Lopez doesn't lose, she redirects. Within weeks, she announced a mysterious new project described as her most personal work yet. Some insiders claimed it was a documentary chronicling her journey of self-discovery after heartbreak. Others say it was a calculated move to rewrite the story before Ben could. Meanwhile, Ben was spotted having coffee with old friends, not the Hollywood type, but the ones from his Boston roots. Paparazzi describe him as peaceful, quiet, grounded. One photo showed him laughing for the first time in months. Fans captioned it, "He's finally breathing again." But here's where things get even messier. Allegedly, Ben was approached by a streaming platform to participate in a tell-all documentary of his own. The project, tentatively titled Behind the Smile, promised to reveal the truth about fame, love, and emotional survival in Hollywood. Jennifer reportedly went ballistic. She called every contact she had in LA to stop it, said one insider. She told them, "He's trying to destroy everything I built." But could it be that Ben wasn't trying to destroy her, just escape her orbit? People around him say that for years, Ben struggled to keep up with her curated perfection. He couldn't breathe in that environment, another friend shared. Every dinner was staged, every smile was scheduled. It wasn't a marriage, it was a movie she directed. Even their closest friends began taking sides. Reports claim Matt Damon quietly distanced himself from Jennifer's circle, calling her relentless, and according to one production insider, Matt told Ben, "You don't owe anyone a happy ending, man. Just get out before it kills you." Meanwhile, Jennifer began crafting her narrative for the public eye. In interviews, she subtly framed the breakup as Ben's battle with happiness. She spoke in vague metaphors about some people not being ready for love while flashing her ring on camera, a ring Ben reportedly hadn't seen in months. Then came the final blow, a cryptic Instagram post from Ben Affleck himself. A black and white photo of his tattooed arm holding a cigarette, captioned simply, "Some scripts don't deserve a sequel." Fans went insane. The post gained over 5 million likes in less than 24 hours, and the comments exploded with speculation. Is this about J. Lo? He's finally free. The man's telling us without saying it. But Jennifer wasn't going down quietly. Days later, she uploaded a glossy, overproduced montage on her YouTube channel titled Love Never Dies. Clips of her crying, singing, and looking into the camera were stitched together, and right in the middle, a shot of Ben from their wedding. Except this time, the caption read, "Sometimes you lose yourself loving someone who forgot who you were." It was war, but not with lawyers or lawsuits. It was a battle for the narrative, and as Hollywood watched the spectacle unfold, one thing became painfully clear. This wasn't just another breakup. It was the unraveling of two people who had become prisoners of their own myth. By the time the digital dust settled, the fairy tale had turned into a full-blown public autopsy. Hollywood insiders whispered that the Jennifer empire wasn't just over, it had collapsed from the inside. Both camps were now operating like rival newsrooms, each leaking exclusive truths to their preferred media allies. Ben Affleck, who had retreated from the spotlight, was allegedly preparing for a private interview with an unnamed journalist, someone known for hard-hitting celebrity exposes. According to an anonymous assistant close to production, Ben wanted to tell his story, but he wanted to do it with dignity. He didn't want revenge, he wanted closure. But the moment word of that interview reached Jennifer's camp, the counterattack began. Jennifer Lopez's team launched what PR experts called Operation Reclaim. Every outlet that had hinted at Ben's unhappiness suddenly received carefully packaged stories about Jennifer's strength, her painful silence, and her unwavering love for Ben despite his struggles. The message was clear: she was the victim. He was the broken man who couldn't keep up. But here's where it all backfired. The public wasn't buying the fairy dust anymore. One viral tweet summed it up: "You can't PR your way out of a pattern." Fans started compiling clips of J.Lo's past breakups, Mark Anthony, Casper Smart, Alex Rodriguez, creating a chilling pattern of emotional choreography. Each relationship started with a grand gesture and ended with an orchestrated heartbreak. And when Ben's rumored interview finally dropped quietly, without promotion, it didn't explode, it simmered. The tone wasn't bitter, it was resigned. Sitting in a dimly lit studio, Ben allegedly said, "You reach a point where you realize some people love the reflection more than the person." The interviewer pressed, "Do you mean Jennifer?" He gave a tired smile and replied, "Let's just say, I was never sure who I was talking to, the woman I loved or the image she sold." That one line detonated across social media. "She wasn't her," 3 words that summed up years of confusion, performance, and quiet suffocation. Within hours, hashtags like hashtag #SheWasn't her and hashtag Free Ben Affleck began trending globally. Meanwhile, Jennifer Lopez tried to contain the damage. Her team canceled press appearances, delayed her upcoming tour, and quietly suspended collaborations with several major sponsors. One insider admitted brands were nervous. They didn't want to be part of the narrative of manipulation. Her image, once the gold standard of resilience and reinvention, had become the face of emotional micromanagement. To make things worse, leaked internal emails from a PR agency allegedly showed Jennifer's team coordinating with paparazzi during her heartbreak walks. In one exchange, a rep wrote, "She'll be wearing the blue dress. Walking her dog, make sure the lens gets the ring hand." The emails went viral on Reddit, and Redditors labeled it the J.Lo simulation. Fans felt betrayed. They weren't watching a woman healing, they were watching a woman marketing pain. Hollywood, which once worshipped their reunion, began to turn cold. Late-night hosts joked that Ben escaped a musical. Even streaming platforms that had documentaries in the works about their relationship quietly shelved them, afraid of public backlash. Jennifer's name became synonymous with overexposure, but Ben Affleck, the man everyone thought was broken, came out looking oddly grounded. Sources say he refocused on writing and directing, finding solace in his craft again. "He's done being someone's prop," said one producer. "He's rebuilding quietly, without the noise." The irony? The same media machine that once mocked him for being miserable was now calling him Hollywood's accidental truth teller. He didn't just expose Jennifer, he exposed the industry itself. The filters, the fake romances, the relentless chase for perfection that eats authenticity alive. Yet the real twist came weeks later, when a private video surfaced online. It allegedly showed Jennifer in a heated conversation with her manager, saying, "He was supposed to be my ending. My brand depends on happy endings, whether real or fabricated." It was the final nail in the coffin. Fans replayed that clip endlessly, turning her own words into proof that everything had been business, not love. Everything had been business, not love. For the first time in her 25-year career, Jennifer Lopez went silent. No Instagram posts, no interviews, just silence. Her last public sighting showed her leaving a Beverly Hills wellness retreat dressed down. No makeup, no entourage. Some fans said she finally looked human. Others said she finally realized the performance was overdone. As for Ben, he reportedly turned down a major late-night interview offer, telling friends, "I've said enough, and maybe that's the point." After years of being scrutinized, criticized, and packaged as a romantic redemption story, he finally stepped out of the frame and became real again. The love story that started as Hollywood's most glamorous reunion ended as a cautionary tale. Not about infidelity or betrayal, but about illusion, the kind of illusion that turns people into products. Because when you strip away the fame, the filters, and the perfectly choreographed moments, what's left isn't love, it's branding. And somewhere along the way, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck forgot the one thing fame can't script: authenticity. Maybe that's why Ben's final words in that interview hit so hard. When asked if he'd ever do it again, if he'd ever fall for someone like Jennifer, he said quietly, "No, because I learned something. Love doesn't need cameras. It just needs truth." And that's when the world finally understood what he meant when he said, "She wasn't her." So now that the masks are off, what do you think really ended Jennifer 2.0? Heartbreak or Hollywood? Was Jennifer Lopez building a love story or directing a production? And did Ben Affleck finally expose the truth or just escape a script he never wrote? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this story isn't over. It's just getting louder. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to LUMI Legacy. where we dig into the secrets, scandals, and untold realities that Hollywood doesn't want you to see. Stay tuned, the next truth bomb is already ticking.